Let's be clear. This goes beyond Virginia. And what started in Texas didn't stay in Texas. And what started here will not stay here either. Virginia sent a message. If you try to rig the system, we fight back. If you try to take power from voters, we will take it right back. I meant it when I said Virginia will finish the fight, and yesterday we did.
In Virginia, we don't do kings. In Virginia, the power belongs to the people. Sic semper tyrannis. Last night, Virginia stood up, Virginia fought back, and once again, Virginia led the way for our democracy. We missed that whole class on when they go low, you go high. We missed that class.
Yeah.
When they go low, we're gonna go down there and kick their
Two of the architects of last night's victory for Democrats and for our very democracy, urging their party and the pro-democracy movement at large to take this fight nationwide. One of them joins us right now, Speaker of the Virginia House of Delegates, Don Scott. Mr. Speaker, thank you for being here. I've been waiting 9 years for someone to say that because I was in that party and they live down low. And I wonder what you think it means that voters are responding to this newer commitment to fight fire with fire.
Well, I think voters want to defend themselves and they want to defend democracy. They want to defend their values. I'm here in Virginia and I live in an area that have a lot of veterans. I'm a veteran myself. And veterans, they can't speak out the way they'd like to for political reasons, but they want us to fight back. They did not expect to be in a war that they don't understand in Iran, that there's no strategy to get us in, there's no strategy to get us out. We have a president of the United States who is fighting a war and negotiating via his Truth Social account. So we never signed up for this. We see he said on day one that his prices will go down, gas prices will go down, grocery prices will go down. And all we've seen that he lied to his constituents and they've gone up, they've gone higher, and he's betrayed them. And Tucker Carlson has come out and said he apologizes, he was duped. No, he wasn't duped. He was in on the grift. And now he wants to apologize because everyone else sees it. And he knows the American public is going the wrong way. And he wants to be on the side of where the public is going. He already knows everybody's there. When he looks at these approval ratings that Donald Trump, he knows it's time to jump off this sinking ship. And the rats jump when the ship is sinking. And that's what they're all doing.
Virginia is a really important bellwether. The voters of the Commonwealth have voted for Republicans for governor recently. They voted for Democrats currently. What does it say for this measure, this fighting fire with fire on the maps to win in Virginia?
Well, I think if you think about it, just 4 years ago, there was a Republican governor, Youngkin. He won by 2. And the governor, this time Governor Spanberger won by 15. They swung back. And a few years ago, there was an independent redistricting amendment that Virginians voted for, 65-35, huge win. This was a 15-point swing that the Virginians wanted to defend themselves from the DOGE cuts to the attack on our veterans, our veteran administration. Just in our Sunday paper this Sunday, they laid off hundreds of veteran administration workers at our VA hospital in Hampton. Virginians see the harm that he's causing every day. They see the corruption. They see the cruelty. They see the lack of care that is happening out of this White House. And they want someone to stand up. They're not asking to impeach President Trump. They're asking to hold him accountable, and they know Republicans won't do it. And for those folks who are worried about their representation, they're not being represented well now. Rural hospitals are closed. Farmers are being shut down in Virginia. It costs more to farm 1 acre of a corn crop now than it did way more than it did before President Trump became president. With his tariffs and his bad policies, costs are going up, and Virginians are fighting back.
What, in your view, is the best way for Democrats and anyone under the pro-democracy movement or umbrella to continue to fight from today through Election Day and beyond?
I think, folks, the public, people know that what is happening is wrong. They can feel it in their bones that it's bad. And they want politicians to be honest, to be frank, to speak like normal, regular people like we do. I'm not as polished as some of the regular politicians that have done this. I come from a very humble background. I'm proud to be in this fight because I'm fighting for my daughter. I'm fighting for our future. And I know there are other people who feel this way, and they just want people, Democrats, to stand up. People always talk about how we roll over and we don't fight the way they fight. Well, this time we are. And, you know, my mother told me never wrestle in the mud with a pig. You get dirty and the pig like it. We the pigs, and MAGA shouldn't have came and fought with us in Virginia right now because we're ready to fight back. And we're going to continue to fight back here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I want to just stop real quick, Nicole, and thank you. And I just want to thank Governor Newsom for having the backbone. Thank those Texas representatives who called out what they were doing. They stopped it and made everybody pay attention. And I want to thank all of those folks who came along. I want to thank my partner here over in the Senate, L. Louise Lucas, who is so strong, such a strong leader. Thank Abigail Spanberger for moving her chips into the table on this issue and understanding that we had to stand up and give the voters a chance. Virginia, unlike Texas, North Carolina, Missouri, we took this to Virginia's voters, to the people, and they voted and they said, we need to change these maps. And now Republicans, as usual, Donald Trump is coming out and saying that it was all rigged, it's fraud. Every time he wins, that the election was great. When he loses, it's fraud. He's a sore loser, and now they want to go to court. But we'll win in court too, and we'll continue to fight for the people here in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
I really appreciate you calling out the long line of people who've been in this fight. We've covered all those sort of different acts, and it really is all one story. And the voters understand it as such. The voters understand it's all a response to Donald Trump's very public efforts to cheat. So I appreciate you. Speaker Don Scott, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.